Hi everyone, and welcome back to your English grammar lesson. Today we're going to learn all about subject-verb agreement. I know, we're stuck on verbs, but don't worry. You actually already know all of this. We're just going to make sure that you understand this idea, but you already can do it. I've taught you. I know. Our objective is to make sure that when you make a sentence, your subject and your verb, they agree. That's it. It's pretty simple, okay? So let's get started. All present tense verbs, they must match the subject. That's it. I told you, when we did the present tense video on how to change a present tense verb, I taught you all of this. Now it's just, let's connect the two ideas, okay? So the verb in the present tense must match the subject. What does that mean? Well, like I said, you already know how to do this when we convert our present tense verb to match our subject, right? Yeah, literally, you already know this. A singular subject, right? A subject that is one thing. He, that's one guy, one boy, one man. She, one female, one woman, one girl, right? One, he, she, it. And a name. That's a singular subject. Singular, single, one. When we have a single subject, a singular subject, our verb, we just add s or es, just like we did before. That's it. I feel like this whole idea is more complicated than it's supposed to be. They just give these grammar words that make things so noisy, and I don't like that. Speaking of noisy, I'm turning the sound off of my phone. I thought I did. Oops. All right, now, when we have that single subject, we just make sure the verb matches. You already know how to do the present tense verb. So let's practice this one more time. Our subject is the girl, and our verb is cut. Remember, this is present tense, okay? The girl cut. Let's make a sentence with this and add some detail because I've taught you how. Okay, let's take a look at my answer. The girl cuts. Remember, the girl, it's singular, it's one. The girl, so we need our verb to match. Cuts, we add the s, okay? Most present tense verbs just add the s, right? But if it ends with an e, we add the s, or if it, that whole thing. We did in present tense. You know this. You know this. So the girl cuts an apple with a knife. See how I broke it down here? It's right below me. Who, the girl, what? Cuts. What? An apple. Oh, okay. How? With a knife. That's how we made that sentence. Okay, singular subjects, we already get this. The verb, we just add that ses. Okay. Now, what if the subject is plural? Well, you know how to do this already too, right? We just use the verb. We don't have to change the verb. Nothing. That's it. Let's do some practice. Subject is the dogs. Okay? So dogs, plural, right? I think I just spit. So we need to make sure our verb wait matches the plural thing. So, I just said that a plural subject means the verb, we don't change the verb. Here's my sentence. The dogs wait. That's it. The dogs wait. We just matched it, right? The plural subject has a plural verb conjugation, right? Super easy. The dogs wait for their dinner. Now, below me, you see how I broke this. Who? The dogs. What? What do? They wait, right? Why? Why are they waiting? Well, they're waiting for their food, for their dinner. That was easy, right? Okay. So we understand the singular, we understand the plural, but whoa, there's one more, right? When the subject is you or I, it's just the verb again. There's nothing to do. It's just like the plural, the one we just did. So let's do another practice. Subject is I, and the verb is comb. Now remember, keep adding this detail. Add some detail to your sentence. It's hot in here. Here's my sentence. I comb. We don't change the verb, right? When it's you or I, we don't change the verb. It's just the verb. They agree. I comb my hair before I go to work, just like today. Who? I. What? Comb. I comb. Okay. What? I comb my hair. When? Before I go to work. Cool. If we have these pieces that answer questions when we build our sentence, we don't have to think about grammar too much. Okay, so what is subject-verb agreement? Well, I wrote a lot here, so I'm going to try and read it to you. It's all in the present tense. Just remember that. It's in the present tense. Now, all verbs must match the number of the subject, right? So if there's many, that means it's plural. If it's one subject, that means it's singular. If the subject is plural, the verb is in the plural form. We don't change it. If the subject is singular, we change it. We change the verb to match. It has that plural form, or not plural form, it has the S or the ES, right? So they match. Singular subject, we have the singular verb conjugation. Now, if it's you or I, we don't change the verb either. Yeah. That's it. The verb stays in its plural form. Okay. Don't be confused, right? I feel like I went very quickly, and I want to make sure you're not confused. So I actually wrote it down here. You already know this stuff in the present tense form. He, she, it, and a name. Chris, singular, right? He, singular. She, singular. It, a thing, right? The phone, it, singular, one. It's a single person or thing, right? I wrote person here, but singular. The verb gets an S or an ES, right? Cool. Now, if it's a plural form subject, we or they, that's more than one person, right? We, it's just the verb, okay? We run. See, we didn't change the verb. The verb is run. It's just we run. And when it's you or I, we just use the verb again. I run. Okay, see, you're not confused now. I don't think you were confused, but just in case you were, now you're definitely not confused. So let's do our practice quiz. Are you ready? Yeah, that got me there. I want you to make a present tense sentence with details, because I expect big things of you. Don't go crazy. Just put a detail or two, okay? Make the subject and the verb agree. That's all. That's all. So take a look at these sentence pieces and make a present tense sentence. Pause the video now and get it all done. Now, I'm sure you paused the video, and if you didn't, why? All right, pause the video. This is your last chance. Pause it now before I show you my answers. Ready? My answers are now. Okay. So, if we look at this, Maria, singular, a name, right? So that means we have to conjugate the verb go to goes. We added es, right? Maria goes. Ah, okay. Now our detail. To work every day. She goes where? To work. When? Every day. Number 2. These kids play. Well, these kids is plural, right? These. These means many. So our verb is just the verb. These kids play how? With their toys. When? At recess. Number 3. I want. Well, you and I, we don't change the verb, so it's just want. I want what? To sleep. So much. That's very true. Number 4. Just this one. 4. You think. You think what? It is easy to draw pictures. I don't know. I just made something up. It's okay. But we don't change the verb. You and I, we don't change the verb. It's just think. Number 5. We eat. Oh, plural, right? Plural, we. There's many people. So the verb doesn't change. We eat. Super easy. We eat where? At the restaurant. Where? Below work. Why? Because it is close. Yeah, it's easy. No taxi. Number 6. She Oh, that's a singular subject, so we have to conjugate the verb, right? She what? Exercises. We added that S. She exercises. When? Every morning. Why? To start her day. That wasn't bad, was it? I told you. This is just like the present tense video that we did before. We just need to make sure that when we conjugate our verb, it matches the subject. That's all. Subject-verb agreement sounds complicated, but oh my God. I hate the names for grammar stuff. It always makes it seem so complicated, but it really wasn't. You already did this, right? But we need to understand that the subject and the verb, they must match. That's all. Did you learn anything new today? Probably not. But now you really understand why you do that. And that's it. So, if you have any questions, let me know. Leave your answers down below or send me a message directly so I can check your answers and make sure that you're doing it all good, but I'm sure they're all good. I'll see you for the next lesson. Bye.